What's up, Breakers? No Policies here, and today I am here with Week 1 of the CSML Season 9. What a phenomenal season. Now, CSML is something I've been a part of for about 3 seasons now, and it is in its 9th season, and this is going to be a very interesting season. We have a lot of returning coaches from earlier seasons, most notably people like Finney, Classy, people like Gord, who I'm facing this week, and just a lot of different players that we haven't seen for a while, and it's really kind of a, it all comes down to this kind of season. So it's going to be a very competitive season. So this battle, especially first off, is one that means a heck of a lot. We definitely really want to win this. However, Gord of the Kiruna Krabbys is a player that is very, very hard to prep for, mostly because he uses a lot of unconventional sets, mostly that just kind of catch your opponent off guard. Some of them work and some of them don't, but it's very, very difficult, especially being his first match. It's very difficult to kind of prepare and see what he wants to do with his team. So it's very, very difficult to do that, and it really makes it so that his he's even more of a threat. I'm a little bit more of a conventional player. I do throw in a little bit of creativity here and there, but overall I'm pretty conventional when it comes to that, so I don't think he'll have the same issue. I think he just kind of does not care. And also, I just realized my OBS isn't on the screen, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know if I've uploaded my draft analysis. I probably haven't, but whatever. I drafted Mega Ampharos, Tornadus Therian, Weavile, Conkeldurr, Cloyster, which I did actually just recently free agent for Tentacruel, but that doesn't take place until week 2, so if you do see Tentacruel next week, then that is why instead of a Cloyster. I wanted to use Cloyster, but whatever. I also drafted Tentacruel, Whimsicott, Registeel, Hoopa, then the Quagsire, Armaldo, Lanoon, and Darmanitan as my bonus pick, because Darmanitan, is usually B tier, so that's why I got Darmanitan. So, anyway, really like my team, but going into this match, I'm not the most confident just because I know Gord and he is a very good player, alongside bringing good very unconventional sets. So it's very, very scary first match for me, but hopefully we're able to kind of pull through and able to pull out with a first W. I actually don't think I have not won a starting match up since season 7 when I went against, I want to say, who's my first? Oh, Entertainment, who is no longer in the league, but that's alright. I'm glad I got to battle him. It was a close match too, so I've always have really interesting first games, so we'll see how this one goes. Last season I got 6-0'd, so hopefully we can do better than that. Mega Ampharos. So you can see my first 3 sets. Mega Ampharos, max special attack, modest. We are actually min speed, and I'll get to that in a sec, but you can see some trick room shenanigans going on. Max HP, max special attack, modest. The point of this set is to pretty much switch this thing in on something like Mega Pidgeot, which can't really hit this thing very hard at all. Even if he goes for like HP Ground or something to predict both maybe Registeel's in, and he kind of goes for Milground play and goes for HP Ground. HP Ground is not even doing over half to my Mega Ampharos. Even if he's modest, it will not do that much. Being max HP is really, really nice for, like I said, his team. He has a very, very scary draft. I'm not going to go through all the mons, but notable mons include Mega Pidgeot, which I used last season, Deoxys Speed, Rotom Wash, Diggersby, Serena, Trevenant, what else? Mimikyu. Very, very scary draft. Not something I'm very looking forward to face, but hopefully we can manage, especially Rotom Wash. Very, very hard for my team to deal with. But pretty much he has no immunity or resist to both Thunderbolt and Dragon Pulse. So it'll be very interesting to see how he's able to deal with that. Basically, the point of Mega Ampharos is to get off huge, powerful hits, take a few hits, rest off the damage, and then Sleep Talk with Thunderbolt and Dragon Pulse, and potentially, hopefully, get the one that does not have, like, a ground type or something. So, We do have a two-thirds chance of getting an attack. Hopefully, it is not the wrong attack or rest. So we'll see how Mega Ampharos is able to do in the match. But I like the rest sleep talk set because it gives it like a lot more longevity against things like Mega Pidgeot and things that would normally not hit me too hard, but can still dish out some nice chip damage over time. So it does allow me to do that. And Mega Ampharos is just a really, really solid Mon against his team. He really does not have great answers to it, so I really like it. And we are min speed because I am running a pseudo Trick Room team. Not really, but we'll get to that in a second. Whimsicott, Meadow Plate. Now, we are offensive, enough speed to outspeed max speed Espeon because, you know, it's an Espeon. We want to get our fast U-turns off on that thing because I do not want to get hit by an attack. Basically, this thing is going to be my dedicated lead almost no matter what. I do want to taunt his Deoxys speed because rocks are a huge problem against my team, and having those not being able to be set up are really, really nice for Whimsicott. So just being able to kind of just taunt his Whimsicott is just really, really nice. Or just taunt his Deoxys, taunt his Whimsicott. U-turn for momentum, 48 HP to, you know, live hits, and max special attack because we do want to hit Rotom really hard. Rotom is a huge problem against his team, and it can really just, like, push in holes. And I really needed a Mon that could really kind of punch a hole in Rotom. And with Meadow Plate, that allows me to 2-hit KO his Rotom, and the only way he's not 2-hit KO'd is if he's max HP, max special defense, with a special defense boosting nature like Calm. And even then, it's still a chance to OHKO and guaranteed after rocks. So that is a really, really great thing to have. And Giga Drain itself is great because it allows for longevity, which Energy Ball, which was another thing I was considering, does not allow me to do. So Giga Drain is really nice. And finally, we have Moonblast, mostly for things like Mega Pidgeot on Switchin and Komodo, because I do want to make sure that I can hit those things pretty hard with a Moonblast. Moonblast is doing like 42 to 50 to a Mega Pidgeot, and after rocks it is a 2-hit KO. So that is really nice, especially if he's like modest Mega Pidgeot, which I actually expect him to be because I don't think he will actually expect me to run faster than his Mega Pidgeot because I'm like, oh, well, I can't outspeed that, but maybe he will. Maybe he'll like try to outspeed my Whimsicott, so that might be a thing. But like I said, Moonblast is really nice for just hitting things like that. Komodo is definitely a big problem, and being able to Moonblast that is a very nice thing to have. Hoopa is... I was really debating not bringing it, but it just hits so much of his team. Trick Room allows me to kind of just give me that Trick Room and basically just be a very big annoyance to his team. If I can get up a Trick Room, like he switches in, like I can bring in Hoopa against something like a Trevenant or something, and force a switch, I can get up a Trick Room or something and potentially sweep his team, because Psychic plus Shadow Ball just hits his entire team. He does not have a Dark type, so he is not going to be able to resist either, or he is not immune to either of these stabs. Things like Magneton take tremendous amounts of damage, and it's just really, really nice, because modest special attack, max special attack with a lot of HP is really, really nice, because it does allow me to hit his team very, very hard with things like Shadow Ball and Psychic, and overall just be a very, very big nuisance to his team. I am running Psychium Z. I was running Ghostium Z, but Ghostium Z was really, really risky, especially in going against something like Diggersby and Mega Pidgeot, because half the time those were the switch-ins against the Hoopa. So, like, going for Ghostium Z is a really risk, and it, like, kind of made me play a lot more, like, it gave him the upper hand rather than myself, and I just didn't want to be put in that position, and I'd rather just have Psychium Z and be able to potentially get a KO on something like Diggersby. Essentially, also because I can't KO Diggersby with a Psychic, and he could just kill me with, like, Earthquake or something, so that's really nice. So, moving on, I will, let's see if I can, I can't actually... I'll just go to this. Next up we have Darmanitan. Choice Scarf set because, you know, why not? Enough speed to outspeed, I believe. How much speed do we have? 308. I think that's 306. There's a good reason for that. Because we outspeed, with this amount of speed investment, we are able to outspeed Modest or Adamant, not speed boosting nature, Deoxys speed, which is really, really good. If he's not running Timid on his Deoxys speed, we can outspeed that thing and kill it with a Flare Blitz, or get a tremendous amount off with U-Turn, which is phenomenal. Being able to do that is just really, really nice for the team. And it's just really nice to have, because Darmanitan is just a really powerful mon. It can just pretty much just OHKOs or 2-hit KOs his entire team, barring like Rotom, but even then Rotom still does not appreciate a Flare Blitz at all. And he also has Ninetales too, which can also be a potential bring on his part, because it just boosts my Flare Blitz, and I think that will kind of deter him from bringing it, and which will be great because I don't really have great answers to Ninetales outside of Mega Ampharos, and even before I switch in, I don't really have great answers. So next up we have Earthquake. This does allow me to guaranteed kill Ninetales, and I believe it allows me to kill Magneton without having to go for Flare Blitz. U-Turn, of course, is pretty self-explanatory. It hits a lot of his team, like Espeon and Deoxys, and gets off. Breaks Mimikyu's Disguise, too. Just in general, is really nice to have. So, U-Turn, really nice. We can go for, like, Rock Slide or something. Rock Slide is mostly there for something like Wall Ring. I was actually brought to the attention that Wall Ring pretty much walls Darmanitan. It does a lot with Flare Blitz, but Rock Slide is a guaranteed 2-hit KO, which is really nice to know, because being a 2-hit KO. Yes, Scald, I think, or like Surf or something, does OHKO me, but just being able to kind of get off that potential damage on his Wall Ring may put in range of other attacks that I like. Maybe it would kill the rest of my team, but Rock Slide will be able to do a lot. But maybe I don't want to, like, sacrifice Recoil or something. I don't know. I was considering Zen Headbutt for something like Komodo, but I didn't really think it was really necessary, and it felt kind of one-sided towards Komodo. So that's Darmanitan. Next up we have Registeel. Very stally set, and honestly, I was so torn between something like Seismic Toss or something, but Seismic Toss just allowed me to really chip away at his team. And unfortunately, I cannot break a Mimikyu's Disguise, or I can't break a sub. Pretty much a Sub-Seed Treminant kind of stalls the set, which is really bad. But I really wanted Rocks, so definitely wanted Registeel on this team. And I am running defensive. This is a decision I really was going back and forth about. But honestly, I was like, dang, do I want defensive and be able to wall Mimikyu, or go specially defensive? And honestly, I'm kicking myself for not making this specially defensive. And you'll see why in the match, because specially defensive Registeel is just so much better against his team. But I don't know. We're running Protect because I did want to get Leftovers Recovery, and it does kind of allow me to scout. Now, this can be really dangerous against a player like Gord, who giving him a free Protect could potentially mean him getting up like a random setup move, and that could be horrible for my team. So we have to be really careful with that. But I also was considering Scarf Serena and its high jump kick, because Scarf Serena with high jump kick, it's the only way it can really OHKO. It can OHKO my Registeel. It doesn't OHKO, but even like at low amount of HP, it's the only way it can hit me. So if I go for something like Protect, then I could potentially kill his Serena. Like, he wouldn't be able, like, I could potentially like Protect and then like get his Serena to die. So I don't know. Maybe he's not Scarf. Maybe he's like a weird, like, maybe he's like AV or something. But, yeah. It'll be interesting. Because Serena's an interesting mon. It's not something I really expect just because of how the vast amount of ways I can deal with it. But you never know. He definitely would like a Rapid Spinner. And I think it's his only Rapid Spinner outside of, like, yeah. I think it's his only Spinner. So I don't know. Maybe he would bring Espeon, but I don't know. This set is really nice for Rocks, and Toxic allows him to build down his team. Finally, we have Choice Band and Weavile. Point of this set, pretty much just come in and kill things with Ice Shard. Weavile is a very powerful mon, but with Choice Band, this thing becomes an absolute powerhouse. Pretty much all the things that are weak to Ice Shard pretty much take like 80 to 96, and after Rocks, it's basically a very good shot to Oko. So Ice Shard is really, really nice against things like set up Komodo, set up Diggersby. Yeah, just in general, it really just allows me to kind of gain kills on things like that and not really have to worry too much about like his fast setup mons. Maybe pick off a Deoxys speed in the end game, something like that. I was considering Scarf, but Scarf really just didn't give me as much power as I really wanted. And something like Knockoff just does so much to a lot of his team, and I outspeed a lot too. I don't expect his Mega Pidgeot to be any more than this. Like, if he runs more than that, like, I'm invested to outspeed a Mega Pidgeot, invested to outspeed Whimsicott. So that's this kind of speed investment. So I don't expect him to, like, outspeed more than that, like just go max speed for no reason. I think he's too good of a player to think that way. So, I mean, maybe it'll bite me in the butt, but I don't think it will. I think this set in general is just really nice. I didn't really need low kick, just because, it felt really one-sided towards something like Diggersby and stuff, and I could, like, just spamming knockoff is just so much better, and spamming low kick is just, like, not really good for something like a Mimikyu. So, yeah. That's that. And with that being said, that is going to be the team. And let us get into the... Not that. Okay. Let's get into the battle. Alright. So, here's the battle. As you can see, he has Deoxys Speed, Mega Pidgeot, Rotom Wash, Komodo, Serena, and Mimikyu. So, a lot of what I expected, a lot of what I didn't. I didn't really expect Komodo and Serena to be brought, just because Serena just didn't have the greatest matchup against my team. Like, I could see him bringing it, like... especially Scarf. Like, I think Scarf would be, like, the only set I could really see him being brought. But, yeah. So, I definitely, like, think that was a little odd. And I was, like, I looked at this team, I'm like, there's something going on here. But I definitely wanted to lead Whimsicott, just because Whimsicott is a very, very good lead against his team. And even if he gets off damage, like, I was doing some practice matches beforehand, and every time I led Whimsicott, Deoxys would just Psycho Boost me, and I would take, like, go down to, like, very, very low amount of HP, and I would just, like, man, I shouldn't have taunted. But honestly, in hindsight, yes, not going for, like, a Giga Drain or something may have been kind of annoying, but honestly, at this point, I was like, yeah. Looking back at it, I really wish I just weakened the Deoxys, because if I had weakened, like, Deoxys, then it would have put him in range of stuff like Ice Shard and stuff, and that really would have allowed me for Weavile to sweep, because Weavile, it can easily sweep this team, and I really didn't, like, process that in my head before the match, but I was just, like, I was kind of dumb when I started this match, but we learned from our mistakes, from that, so... Either way, I'm going to lead Whimsicott, and of course he is going to lead his Deoxys, so it's pretty much the guaranteed lead. If he didn't lead it, then I don't know what he was doing. He could lead, like, Pidgeot or something, but I can just, like, U-turn out on that. So, going to lead Deoxys, and I pretty much know he's going to go for, like, Psycho Boost here, but I did not want him setting up Rocks, because setting up Rocks would be very, very bad for stuff like Darmanitan and Weavile, wanting to come in very consistently and just getting kills. So, that would be really bad, so I did want to just taunt him, make sure he didn't get up his Rocks. If he's not running Rocks, I don't know what he's doing, because Rocks just really do well against my team. So I'm going to go Psycho Boost, and I'm like, dang, I do not want to take Psycho Boost. And I want to save my Whimsicott for his Komodo, even if he's like Dragon Dance or Scarf. I want to save it, because I can kill him with Moonblast still. As he's going to go into Mega Pidgeot, I don't really know why. I think he might have, like, maybe expected me, like, Encore or something, and then, like, get a kill with Mega Pidgeot. But I'm going to go into my Registeel, expecting either another Psycho Boost or, like, a Fighting type move to finish me off. I kind of wanted to just scout what he had on Deoxys. He's going to go for the Heat Wave here, and I kind of wanted to see his, his investment was in, like, if he was modest or timid. And from that damage, I don't know if he is or not, but I just want to get up Rocks here. So I'm just going to go for my Rocks here, because I just want to get them up, because getting up Rocks is so pivotal for this match. So knowing that, I'm like, dang, I do not want to take any more than I do, and I don't want to reveal Protect quite yet, because I do want him to make sure he goes for a high jump kick on Serena, and I can get, like, a lot of damage off. Oh, no, I guess I just go for Protect. So I'm going to go for Protect, stall another turn, and I'm going to make a really dumb play. Hindsight 2020, or hindsight 50-50. I don't even know the saying anymore. I I really expect... I knew he was going to... Like, okay. Looking back, I was like, yeah, he's probably going to go for Hurricane here, expecting me to switch on this turn after the Protect. So I honestly could have just gone for, like, Seismic Toss or Toxic here. But hindsight is 2020, and I really needed some good damage on this, and I really wanted to... I should have just switched in Ampharos here, but I guess I can understand why, because Hoopa getting weakened is really bad. But I ended up going Hoopa because I was like, oh, I can live 2, so might as well just go Hoopa and then try to get up like a Trick Room or something afterwards. I mean, even then, that was kind of dumb because I would only get rid of Mega Pidgeot. Just in general, it was a really dumb play. So I kind of went Hoopa here, trying to take the Hurricane, and he gets 51. But this does give me good information and tell me that he's modest. So for good information to know if I want to take him out with Whimsicott. But I am going to go into my Mega Ampharos because there's almost no reason he's not going to go Hurricane here, because even if I go Registeel, he's getting good damage off. So I'm going to go Ampharos. Does about a third of my health. Not the greatest HP, and it will not be it will still be a 3 KO from here when I Mega Evolve. So I'm just going to go for Dragon Pulse here because I didn't want him going Serena and taking that hit and then just getting off like a free attack on my team. So I'm going to go for Dragon Pulse here because I did want to make sure that I could get a tremendous amount of damage off onto his, onto really anything that came in. If he brought in Mimikyu, I wouldn't really get that play, because he wouldn't want his disguise to be broken, but that'd be ballsy on him. But he's going to go into his, Rotom. And I didn't want him switching in Mimikyu here, so I'm going to go for Thunderbolt here, as he actually goes for the Reflect. This Reflect actually will come into pretty big play later on in the match. But for now, I'm going to take out his Rotom, and that's going to be nice. So, down goes the Rotom, and I was like, Reflect. Is he going to bring in, like, a setup mon here? And he brings in Komodo. Now, Komodo, him bringing in Komodo kind of told me that I just was like, you know, he might actually be setup Komodo. And as much as I wanted to just, like, hard switch into, like, I don't know. I really went to, like, hard switch into something like Registeel or something, and honestly, I probably should just have, like, sacked Whimsicott or something. Well, I shouldn't have sacked Whimsicott, but I probably should have sacked, like, Hoopa or something, because I didn't really know what he was gonna be. So, I was like, he could be Specs. He could just go for Dragon Claw here. From what I know, I'm pretty sure if I do a calc right here, I will just say, like, from my range of HP, I don't think a Dragon Claw would have killed. Like, he was like, if he was like Z-move, Dragon Claw, I don't think actually killed. Like, Z-move, Dragon Claw, if he was, what range of HP am I at? I don't even know. But at 34, so I'm at, like, 66, something like that. So, yeah, Dragon Claw did not kill, even if he was, like, Adamant, Z-move or something. So, I was like, okay, Dragon Claw doesn't kill. I can kill him with Dragon Pulse. After Rocks, it is almost a guaranteed kill. It does, like, 93.4 to 111. So, I was like, okay, I don't want him setting up. Mega Ampharos is pretty good in this matchup. It's really good against this matchup, and I really kind of... I don't want to say misplayed here. I don't think I really misplayed here. I don't think this was the misplay. What happens next is a misplay. So I stay in, and he ends up being special and goes Clanging Scales. So I'm like, okay, well, he goes Clanging Scales. That's fine. I didn't know set. I knew he had to be, like, some kind of offense, like, he had to be some kind of an investment, like, he couldn't just be, like, mixed. I don't think he could have been mixed and killed me. Like, he had to be, max special attack. Actually, no, he didn't. He'd have to be at least, like, max special attack. I don't know. Like, if he was, like, timid. Yeah, he had to have investment to guaranteed kill me. I guess he didn't need it, but either way, I didn't know his set. He could have been Scarf. And for some reason, I made the dumbest play of my life. I kind of forgot about Reflect, and I went into Weavile. Now, I guess I'll play it. I went into Weavile. Hindsight 50-50, I definitely should have gone to Whimsicott. Saving Whimsicott and then just going Moonblast. Moonblast was a guaranteed kill. Even if he went into something like Deoxys, that is great damage for something like... okay, even if he goes like Deoxys or Mega Pidgeot. Okay, think about this. He goes Mega Pidgeot. I know he's modest, so I can stay in and 2-hit KO him with Moonblast. He's dead. He goes into Deoxys. I get a Moonblast off, get great damage off. I can taunt him, prevent him from getting up rocks. He can go for Psycho Boost, lower special attack, and make sure that he can't, like, kill my Registeel with, like, Focus Blast or something. Or he can go Hoopa and set up. That was just a no drawback play. Like, that was put me in a great spot in the match. Or he can just sack his Como, which I think he would just do anyway. But yeah, like, getting a Moonblast off would have been great and just kill Como. But I was dumb, and I was like, well, I bet you it kills through Reflect, and I didn't really want... I wanted to, like... I don't know what I was doing. I was really just... That was not smart of me. So yeah, I went for Icicle Crash. He's Yachi. Doesn't really matter. It still would not have killed through Reflect. He ends up just going for Flamethrower. Flamethrower doesn't kill, but it does put me in rocks damage. So that is really bad. And honestly, I don't know why I brought in Weave Out. That was the play, I think, that determined the match at this point. Crit doesn't matter. Yeah, because, you know, Yachi Berry and stuff. But, you know, getting a crit earlier would have mattered a lot because, you know, that was just, like, a poor play on my part. So that would have been kind of bad for him. I don't know. I don't think crit would have mattered. Like, crit would have killed anyway. But knowing how we brought in Serena, I pretty much knew he was Scarf. So I went to sack my Hoopa. And he actually just goes for U-turn. Which kind of puts me in a... yeah. He goes for U-turn. Which puts me in a bad position. Because this pretty much gives him a chance to just go Mimikyu here. So, he made a good play and went U-turn. If he had gone for, like, Drop Kick or something, then I could have just gone, Hoopa sacked it off, and then just gone Darm, and pretty much got a kill. Because even with Reflect, it's still killed through Flare Blitz, I'm pretty sure. But I knew he was going for Shadow Sneak here. I could have just sacked my Hoopa, but I did want to save it as Death Fodder, just in case. And I go into Registeel. To just take the Shadow Sneak. It does 9%. Not really that great. Didn't really want him setting up here. That was pretty much why I went Registeel. And I was like, okay, well, I can stall Reflect a little bit. I can get him weakened a little bit. I couldn't break his Reflect. He goes for Safeguard. This was... I was like, oh my god. And I went for Toxic. So I was like, okay, he went for Safeguard. Now I'm pretty much like, okay, so if he sets up here, I'm basically screwed. Because if he sets up and he can get to a point where he can kill Darm with Shadow Sneak, pretty much if he was set up here, I pretty much lost, and that would have been a good game. Luckily for me, he was not set up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to sack Whimsicott here. I basically didn't need it anymore. Like, I should have just used it for Komoa, and then it would have been useless. But it was useless, so I was like, okay, I got to go Darm here. Break its Disguise. Yeah, break its Disguise. And yeah, that's basically what I had to do. So I had to break its Disguise with U-turn, sack Hoopa off. And I found out he's Rocky Helmet, which is a really good way to beat my Darm. Because I can just U-turn out on his Mimikyu, break his Disguise, and yeah. So we ended up going out into Hoopa, pretty much sacking it off. He's going to go for Shadow Claw, I think. Or Shadow Sneak. Yeah, no, he just goes for Shadow Claw. Then I basically have to bring in my my Darm here. Honestly, looking back on it, I honestly could have just gone my Weavile, because I'm pretty sure Shadow Sneak did not kill. Especially with the damage to... If we look at the damage to Registeel... Weavile. Yeah, Shadow Sneak does, actually, Registeel. I'm defensive. Yeah, he's definitely not Adamant. No, he wasn't Life Orb, but I think he was, like, Jolly. Oh, no, he's just Max Attack Adamant. Okay, so, if he was Max Attack Adamant, Weavile lives a, Shadow Sneak. And, oh, wow. Oh, wow. That does not do anything. Okay, so I made the right call. I made the right call. So that's surprising. Why does it do so little? Okay. Well, Darmanitan. Oh, because Reflect is up. That's why. I mean, I do think he was defensive, but still. I basically go back into Darm here, and I go for Flare Blitz. And I was saying, the only way... And he goes for Shadow Sneak here, gets off as much damage as he possibly can before going down. And I was like, okay, the only play you can make here is go Pidgeot. And honestly, I was like kind of at a predicament here because I needed all my mons to win, and I couldn't save all of them. If I went Registeel, I lose a lot of my HP, and then I kind of lose to Deoxys or something like that. So, I guess maybe I could over a Heat Wave this. But yeah, so basically, I could have gotten one more kill out of Darm. It was kind of just depending on what I wanted to get a kill. If I lose Weavile, then I kind of lose to Pidgeot. And, or like, if we look at how much Serena takes from an Ice Shard, it has Queenly Majesty. So, even if I did, like, I forgot. I actually kind of completely forgot about Queenly Majesty. But yeah. So, honestly, I could have, like, just won here if I was Scarf Weavile. If I was Scarf Weavile, I basically won here because I could have just gone Knockoff. I think Knockoff killed Deoxys Speed. Because he was definitely not max HP. So, yeah. If I was not banded, if I was, like, Choice Scarf, Knockoff was a kill because I guess he was Z-move, but even then, after rocks, it does kill. So I basically won there with... Yeah, I basically won unless I, like, missed a Icicle Crash if I was Scarf. But, like I said, not the end of the world. Basically, I had no switch in, and he really has no reason not to go for Heat Wave here. So I basically am forced to go for Flare Blitz. I get to make a Pidgeot and take him out. Darm gets 2 kills, so that's kind of nice. But Darm does end up going down to make a Pidgeot. So, whatever. So, yeah. Darm goes down to Darm goes down to Recoil. So, it basically comes down to who he goes into next. And I honestly was like, you know what? I think Registeel was just the best answer both ways, unless I was Scarf Weavile. If I was Scarf Weavile, then I should then would have been game here. But basically, he goes Deoxys, and with that, like, I was like, okay. So I go for Seismic Toss here because I knew I didn't want him going for Taunt, and me just like. I don't know. I just didn't want him going for Taunt, and then me, like, not going for Seismic Toss to kill him. So, turns out, he has Focus Blast. So, I'm like, okay, he hits a Focus Blast. I realized there was a way I could win. I was like, is he Z-move? Is he, what is he? So, basically here, I was like, okay, if he's Z-move, he'll go for it now. Like, he'll wait a turn, and then he'll go for a Z-move, like, not to risk a second Focus Blast. Like, he's risked 2 Focus... Like, I don't think Fightinium killed. Like, I don't think Fightinium killed, after, like, at the range I was at. So, he needed to go for a, Focus Blast first in order to ensure the kill. And once he ensured that kill, then he could kill me with Fightinium. So I was like, okay, definitely want to protect here. It was pretty no drawback play. Even if he went Serena, I think if he went Serena here, that would have been GG anyway. But he also risked high jump kick missing. So he goes for Titanium, does about 20%. I live. And basically, what it comes down to here is if I can... basically, what it comes down to is the only way I can win here is if he misses a Focus Blast, I protect on Cerrito's high jump kick, or whatever he locks himself into. If he locks himself into anything but high jump kick, I can basically win from there, because I am max defense. So, Serena, if he has max attack, Adamant, if he's, but I think he has to be Jolly, in order to outspeed like Weavile. So if he's max attack Jolly, my Registeel takes drop kicks. I think after 2 turns of leftovers, Trop Kick is not doing enough because I can outstall him with that. And High Jump Kick, while it does kill, it also has a chance to miss. And yeah, so 40 to 47. He needed to miss basically like all of his Focus Blasts. Like if he missed that first one and then I protected on his potential, I got his potential Fightinium, and he couldn't kill me with the next Focus Blast, or he missed the next Focus Blast, that would have been really unfortunate. But yeah, so Seismic Toss is not doing very well. Actually, it is doing a lot because he's not max HP. It's doing about a third. So basically, what I can do is after Rocks. I think after Rocks, it's a. I think I would have to Toxic. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways I could win here. But it all relies on him hitting this Focus Blast or not, and he hits it. So unfortunately, it is actually in my favor for him not to hit 2 Focus Blasts. But it's whatever. It was a pretty hacksless game all around. So basically, I send in my Weavile, and it just drops 2 rocks. So, aka Deoxys Speed is a broken mon and should be banned, but whatever. I mean, I was one of the people that unbanned it because I was like, I wanted to use it, but whatever. I'm glad we got this match out of the way in the beginning, I guess. But it kind of sucks that I wasn't able to play this game later, because then I would actually be able to have fun with all like the meme sets and stuff. Like, you know, I just didn't want this match to matter. And unfortunately, next week we go against the Keem of the Boston Bisharps, which are very motivated to win this season and have a very, 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 very disgusting draft that I do not want to face. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how how that match will go. I'll definitely try to upload that. Maybe, hopefully, live comm. That would be lit if we can get it live comm. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, in all said and done, I mean, this match, it was pretty solid. I made a lot of misplays. Gord played this match pretty well. I'm not really knacking myself. I think I played this game fine, other than a few pivotal misplays. If I misplay, guys, you know it's a pivotal misplay. You know, barring, like, there's been a few times. Either way, overall, was a fun match. I don't really have anything bad to say about my opponent's playstyle. I think he played phenomenally this match. And I just was kind of on the back end of the match, and he just kind of had the handle. So, that's alright. We'll come back next week and hopefully win, because I did win last season, barring with a lot of hacks, but whatever. Yeah, so anyway, with that being said, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see all of you in the next video. See ya later. Bye.